Hi, this is Dan Lawson. I'm in Heywood County, North Carolina today, and I'm talking to County Chair Kirkpatrick. How are you doing today, Kirk?
I'm doing fine, Dan.
Kirk, how long have you been living in the community here?
I've lived in Heywood County for my entire life.
And you are the chairman of the county commissioners?
Right, I'm chairman of the Heywood County Commissioners.
And how long have you been in that position?
I've been the chair for the last 2 years, and I've been a county commissioner for the last 8 years.
And how in the past 8 years, how have you seen the county change as far as economically?
Well, economically, our county has grown tremendously up until the last year or so. We see a great influx of tourism into our area. The people that live here maintain employment in different places, but one of the main places that they maintain employment is Evergreen packaging. Evergreen, not packaging. Is it packaging?
Yeah, the paper mill here in Canton.
Right, the paper mill here in Canton.
And how about other manufacturing? Have you seen other manufacturing leave the area in the past years?
Yes, we've had 3 separate industries that I know of. Lee Industries, a furniture manufacturing company, Wilco, a shoe manufacturing company, and Daco Industries, a rubber industry, that have all left this area. It certainly left a decrease in the number of jobs here. And what I have seen over the years is that the people that I grew up with, their parents worked in those particular industries, but my friends and a lot of the people that I went to school with no longer live in this area because they had to go outside this area to maintain employment.
So basically, unable to find a job, they had to move away from the area.
Oh yeah, and they had to move to larger metropolitan areas. But very few of the people I went to school with still live in Heywood County.
Now, as far as the mill here, they employ 1,000 people. What would be the impact if, because of market-related conditions or because of what's happening on the trade front with the paper being dumped in the country by China and Indonesia, if that mill had an extended downtime or worst case scenario, that mill was impacted that they had to close, what would happen to the community?
Oh, it would have a tremendous impact on Heywood County, and that would be a detrimental impact to the entire county, especially the town of Canton. That mill's been open for 80 years or so, 100 years.
100 years.
And the people's fathers worked in that plant and grew up in that plant. And for that plant to close and that many people to be displaced, when you're talking about 1,000 people actually losing their jobs, and that impact on those people's families extends to possibly 2,000 and 3,000 people. And then you have to take the employment of those that depend on the plant being open. For example, at the chipper mills that we have here, that the truck drivers for those chipper mills that transport that, I mean, there's another 20 to 30 people, and then their extended family. So the impact of that would probably hurt at least a quarter of the population of our county, which is about 70,000 people.
That's incredible numbers. How would, as a county commissioner, how would you look at, how are you going to provide services for people? How would that affect the tax base overall?
Well, what would happen there, and the problem that you would run into, is that you have a reduction in the tax base because you have all these people displaced that do not have jobs. Therefore, the taxes aren't necessarily coming in on their properties, and yet we have to generate more revenue to provide services for those people that have been displaced and do no longer have their jobs. And that would be a tremendous challenge for us. And I don't know how that we could ramp up services. I mean, we presently, even in the economy that we have, which is a down economy, but with the fact that Evergreen is still functioning right now, we have still had to reduce services because of loss of revenue. And I can't imagine when we have a loss in a tax base like that. That would be just those individuals. But if we lost the plant actually provides, as far as their personal property tax and their ad valorem tax, and the tax that they pay the town of Canton, keeps the town of Canton going. Heywood County may survive, but the town of Canton they'd have to take a completely different direction from what they're going in now. I don't know how they would make it.
That sounds incredible. That's not a scenario that anyone would want to see. If you had the opportunity to talk to either the Secretary of the Treasury, Tim Geithner, or the International Trade Commissioner, Marilyn Abbott, what would you tell them needs to change so that we don't see this happening in this area or to impact these communities like this?
Well, what I would like to see change is just allow the American workers to at least have a level playing field with those companies that are outside of our country, that are producing goods, that are doing things that do not comply with our regulations that we placed on American industries. If they had that opportunity, I think that our American workers are resilient enough that they would continue to make good products, and they would do so at a pay that is commensurate with what they should earn. But right now, when you're having to compete with somebody that does not have to comply with the same regulations that we have to comply with, I mean, it's impossible to win.
Listen, Kirk, I want to thank you for your time and your hospitality and doing this interview for us. We really appreciate it, and we hope this all works out for the betterment of everyone. And we hope we never have to come down here and talk about the problems that we were highlighting today.
All right, thank you. And anything I can do to help, you just let me know.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.